My Capricorn, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is On the Journey 111, and I am Elle Rock, your hostess. Thank you for joining today. I trust that this video finds you exactly when it's meant to, and we are here to do your timeless, intuitive energy read for the next few weeks for all placements in the sign of Capricorn or anybody who's in Capricorn energy. And also welcome back. I was out of the YouTube office for a week, and so it's good to be back and feel your vibes again, Capricorn. I want to thank my returning subscribers, my new subscribers, and all of you popping by the channel to check out On the Journey 111. Your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments all help the channel get visibility on YouTube, so thank you for being a part of the journey. And let's see, I feel like I'm forgetting something. So, it's a general timeless. We're talking to Capricorn. I think I've covered everything. So, if I forgot something, we'll hit it later on. But let's check out your most influential energy in the next couple of weeks, Capricorn. Popping right out is the energy of chickweed, which is a fresh start here. So, something is being examined and looked at closely, and you're starting fresh here. So you're looking at the things that are important to you and how you want to proceed. I'm seeing here, you know, of course, the stars and all of the, what are they called? Oh my gosh. Constellations. Thank you, whoever shouted that out. All of the constellations. And so, you know, you're just being, it looks like you're being guided. You're allowing yourself to be guided, Capricorn, but you're also examining the practical aspect of things. And everything is through, it seems to me like, even though it's a cosmic point of view, that there's also a limited point of view surrounding it here. Do you see this? It's almost like you're observing it through a window, almost like an airplane window, and then examining the airplane window with the magnifying glass, all with the essence of the vastness and the unanswerable, infinite just possibilities of cosmic energy. So I'm actually kind of amused by this, because this fresh start, Capricorn, has the energy of understanding that whatever it is, it's been cosmically guided for you, and yet wanting to keep it really practical and grounded with the energy of chickweed here. So whatever this, you know, whatever it is that you're starting fresh in your life, that could be a project, it could be a new job, potentially your own business, maybe it's a new friendship, a new relationship, whatever it is, there's something greater to it. And there's also something that you are just examining deeply about it through I'm hearing a very limited point of view. So whatever it is that you think that you can see here, Capricorn, let's see if we can get the essence of this. Can we get that to, there we go. Yeah, so whatever you think you can see from that angle, you actually need to pull out much farther and realize that you're only going to get one point of view from here, and you're only going to get another point of view from here, because the answer's out here. So whatever these two limited points of view are, you're just being invited to remember that there's a more expansive point of view out there for you as well. Wow, beautiful. Oh, gosh, hang on, that one just flew out. White Willow, the way of water. So whatever this fresh start is for you, or whatever this starting fresh is, you're just going with the flow. You're grounded, but I'm getting that you're maybe a little bit ungrounded because this particular willow is it's on a waterfall, right? So it must be rooted somewhere, but the fact that it's standing on the edge of the waterfall and you don't see any real earth around it implies that it's gone out. I'm here, like, it's the walking trees of the Amazon. So whatever that might mean for you. Perhaps maybe your roots have been unstabilized recently and maybe you're moving, maybe you are having to flow differently, maybe to get some kind of nurturing, emotional nurturing, something that the energy of water offers, right? So it has some sort of nutritional nurturing value to you, and you've moved to it, and you are in flow with it. So you can see how the roots are there, but they're not really attached to anything. They're just free flowing. So with this, you are being adaptable, it seems. So even though you might be trying to examine something from a limited point of view that actually requires a much larger point of view than what you're actually experiencing, you're still going with the flow around it. So what else do we have for the energy of Capricorn for the next couple weeks, please? All right. So who did this just come out for? Oh, Pisces. So you might be dealing with a water sign, especially with all this watery energy that we have. But Yarrow is here with pocket of protection. Pisces story was kind of complicated. So if you're dealing with a Pisces, it might be worth going and checking it out. There was something in there about the Truman Show with the Jim Carrey movie and being observed in a little glass ball. So you very might well be, because this observation here is going back to that observation from the Pisces story a little bit. So this is a little bit different, but something is being observed and it's being protected. And I get the sense that whatever it is, it's super precious for you. And, but what? What are you examining about it? Yarrow, pocket of protection. The magnifying glass with chickweed is super magnified to me, even though I'm constantly being guided to the essence that a greater point of view needs to be taken. There's a value in this because it's helped you understand what it was you wanted to protect, what it was you wanted to focus on, and that you're willing to protect it. So, you know, this could be you, somebody protecting you, or you protecting somebody else, protecting a fresh start somewhere. Maybe this is something that you haven't gone after yet, and you're getting ready to go after, that you've kept your, you know, think about if you were buying seeds, right? They would come packaged so that they were protected. And so, yeah, that's gorgeous. Oh. Yeah, this has to do with love, most likely, my beautiful Capricorn. So you've got love fiercely here with a whooper swan. And of course, you know, swans mate for life. And we've got that beautiful sun here between them. But what this seems to me is that there is a communication, that there is a cross in communication here that needs to happen. And the sun is illuminating the need for these two whooper swans to be able to stop looking behind each other and pull away to be able to look at each other so the sun can come through. Now, I realize that love fiercely, that these are the swans, you know, I realize the essence of what's here, but they're looking past each other. And that sun is between them, illuminating something that needs to come from their throats, that needs to be untangled there. So with this love fiercely, Perhaps, you know, this, whatever this is that you have to say or that's not being said is protection, or there needs to be more light here to examine it, because you can see the energy of the dark here with the night sky, right? The stars, the constellations, all of the zodiacs there. So this is really beautiful and interesting. I kind of want to keep going with this deck, but yeah, why not? Where are we? Okay, let's get a couple more and see what else comes out. What else do we have for Capricorn? Just be, just rest. Oats is the plant medicine here. And this is, you know, you can see the stillness of the water. There's a few little ripples in it, but they're, you know, for the most part, they're not disturbing it. You can still see the reflection of what's been built on the shore within the water. It's still standing, even though you're not seeing it. There's something very clear here about seeing something in a certain way, because there's something that exists here on your shoreline, Capricorn, that seems dimly lit to you. And I don't know if it's because there's illusions around it, but your focus is really kind of here, it seems, in terms of what you're looking at. And if you draw your point of view out here, and if you just be, you can begin to gain visibility on what it is that you're trying to pull into your mind space, your right seeing, whatever it is that you're examining here. You need to pull your view out. It's distorted, okay? And the way that you're going to do that is to just be. This is the Hermit energy. So, you know, love fiercely, of course, but love yourself fiercely first, Capricorn, and let the other things fall into place as they may. Right now, in the next couple weeks, you're asked to go with the flow, that something is being protected, whether it's you being protected or you protecting something, that there's an examination that's happening that needs a broader point of view, and that something needs to be spoken about, but it doesn't need to be spoken about right now. You can just be quiet here. At the bottom of the deck, you're absolutely being asked to just be, because your bottom of the deck is the apple, which is forbidden fruit. So Capricorn, you're going through a shedding of the skin. Your fruit is forbidden because there's work that needs to be done here. There's effort that needs to be made. This snake isn't going to be ready until it sheds its skin, okay? And so it's the reminder that all things take time. The apple first starts as a blossom before it comes into full fruit, okay? So, you know, take this forbidden fruit as the blessing that it is, which is your permission to just be with oats energy, okay? So we've got a lot of really good plant medicine here for you, Capricorn. Just be. Let this process unfold. You're fine. Whatever needs to be examined can be examined. You are absolutely being protected in this unfolding process. Either you are forbidden fruit, or somebody is forbidden fruit, or you both are. But it doesn't mean that this love is not there. It just means that there's a focus beyond what's in front of you. It's what's past each other, okay? So let's find out a little bit more here. What else do we have for Capricorn for the next couple of weeks, please? Capricorn. Tell me more about White Willow, the ways of the water. White Willow. We've got a 10 of Wands in reverse. It was interesting because as the card flew out, it kind of did this little spin in the air, right? And I wasn't sure if it was going to land upside down or right side up. It did come out in the reverse position. So what that means, Capricorn, is that this 10 of Wands, this renewal, this whatever is that you want to pull the cage up on, that there's indecision around it. This is the Phoenix card. This is that 10 of Wands. This is carrying kind of that burden, right? But when it's in the upright position, it's with a sense of resolution, okay? And so that's where I feel like this with White Willow, with the wands in reverse, the indecision, it's the walking tree. Do you remember when we talked about that? Those trees that literally are so shallowly rooted that they can actually travel and move themselves across the jungle floor. And you know, you've got all of these unrooted areas here in this waterfall, and then you've got all of these wands here on fire with this sense of indecision. And so there's a lot of passion here, and there's a lot of emotion, and something about that is unsettling for you, and it's causing you to want to take a pause. And with that pause, if there's too much heat out here, just be your little walking tree and just go the ways of the water and go with the flow. It's okay. You don't always have to be completely grounded. You will find your grounding when you find rich soil that you want to ground into, Capricorn. So keep that in mind, that just because you're walking through waterfalls doesn't mean that there isn't soil on the other side of that waterfall. It's because you can make that walk, because you can journey out of your home soil, because you can step away and you can flow with emotions and passion, that you can flip this back into resolve, right? It doesn't have to be an indecision. I used to say, I used to say quite frequently, actually, until I realized how much indecision can be crippling. But indecision is the key to flexibility if you're willing to decide at some point, right? So with that, you know, you can sit in your indecision. If you're the walking tree and you are going the way of water, which is going with the flow, it's okay to be undecided on where your destination is. You don't have to know. You'll figure it out eventually. And sometimes that's part of the fun. You will have the resolve ultimately to move forward when you're ready to ground, but you don't need to ground until you find a place where you want to plant your roots. Okay? Interesting. Let's find out more. Tell me more about Pocket of Protection, Yarrow. Why is Yarrow here? So what's being protected? It came out sideways, which means it's in a wobble, is the 10 of Pentacles. So that legacy, that financial abundance, generations, family, all of that. It is, you know, it's one of the best cards in the deck. And so with that Pocket of Protection, you know, there's a protection here of generations. You know, you can see the grandfather with the baby here, and, you know, you can see the friends, the cat, you know, just all of the ways in which the 10 of Cups presents itself. It's abundance in so many forms. And so that's something that's being protected. And because it came out in the sideways position, there's also some desolation here. So, you know, if you're on the move from a 10 of Pentacles that maybe didn't work out, or, you know, maybe there's been a shift in your Ten of Pentacles, which would be the groundedness. It's the practical matters. It's home life. It's work life. It's monetary life. This is earth energy. It's money energy. And so with that, there's been some fluctuations in terms of your ability to protect that Ten of Cups legacy for yourself, it looks like. So, interesting. Can we get more in terms of what's been protected? So maybe, you know, maybe if you've had changes in your life, you know, maybe you've had to pay out of pocket. Maybe you've purchased something. But I don't know. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. Okay. So the pocket of protection, you have the way, which is pray. So of course, prayer, if you watch the channel, I talk about prayer in terms of it being something positive that you're assuming positive intent on. So, you know, with this pocket of protection, instead of, you know, a begging, you know, prayer where God is something outside of you, you know, please God, help me, help protect my money, help protect my legacy. Prayer or the way comes in to remind you about the prayer of gratitude. So, you know, thank you, divine, for my pocket of protection. Thank you for protecting and helping me to savor and say, I'm wanting to say, save my legacy. And I don't know why I want to say that, but that's clearly for somebody out there, because I was going to stutter until I got it out of my mouth. So the prayer here being, thank you for saving my legacy. Thank you for, you know, my abundance. It's not, please help me have enough. Please help me get money. Please help, you know, save this person or save this situation. It's thank you for bringing this situation to its highest good, because I know that you know better than I do. And so when you can surrender to the divine in prayer in that manner, it makes you available for that protection to come through, and that legacy and that Ten of Pentacles to stay in its upright position and keep that protected. It is knowing that you already have, and we can't keep that which we're not willing to give away, right? So be careful about being too protective in ways that set you back, or what's the word I'm looking for? Starts with a D. It'll come to me because I really want to get to this. What else is being protected is this Four of Wands. This is success. This can be a marriage card, but this is, in this card, it shows the patch doing this alone with the support of those he loves, where in traditional tarot, it shows usually multiple people. It can be 2 to 4. It depends on the depiction of the art, right? But in this is your success, Capricorn. This is you walking across that bridge. It is you heading towards the light of what you want, knowing that you're loved and supported, that people are flying your flag, and that success of your 10 of Pentacles or your 10 of Discs is there, and remembering to stay in a grateful mindset for that. Let me see if I can. No, can't. Yeah. These are such beautiful cards with this Four of Wands here. So just know that that's there for you, that is in the energy of the next couple weeks. Ah, this is gorgeous. The Star. This is the faith that you know that you're protected, or what you're working for is protected. This is the knowledge that fresh start. You remember when we talked about the constellations here? So that's what the Star is here for. It's here to tell you that to have faith, that what you know is true, even if it doesn't appear to be so right now. And my throat chakras. it has to do with it has to do with this lack of this communication that needs to happen. That there's some faith here that that the flow, the communication. I need to pause and get something to drink. Okay, beautiful Capricorn, that's better. So I think some communication might need to happen. Whatever this love fiercely is, this Four of Wands, this success, this legacy that you're praying for, that is your way, it's something that you have tremendous faith about here with this Star card. And it is part of you, whatever it is that you are examining. And I think that there is potentially some communication that you or your person would benefit from. And I'm just it just became such a dark purple to me. Purple is the third eye, and violet is the crown, so the lighter purple. And so, you know, perhaps you can communicate with your person. Perhaps you can tap into them, and maybe there's some communication that can happen when you're not face to face, that there's an energy that can assist that. Let's find out a little bit more about Whooper Swan. Actually, you know what? I just want some cards. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. The Sun. Talk about getting some of the best cards in the deck. The Four of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Sun. This is illumination. This is the Sun in its potential, but there's something that's not being communicated, and you're looking past each other. You're looking for something. So even though you're mated for life, there's looking past each other. You love each other fiercely, but there's no illumination here about something. And that illumination is now here. That Sun energy is here for the Whooper Swan. So that's gorgeous, Capricorn. Wow. What else do we have for Cappy here? Oh, that's on the floor. I'll pick that up here in a second. Yep, diligence with the Eight of Discs. So you're working on something. Oh my God, shut the front door. Dang, Capricorn. What do you have going on? So we've got the Six of Swords. That's ascending past something. It's moving out of old energy. But the reason that I'm like, dang, Capricorn, because you totally got the Two of Cups too. Like the love card. Oh my goodness. Like I think this is a love reading, but this is gorgeous, Capricorn. I just want you to kind of take a look at all this awesomeness that you have going on here. So you have a Ten of Pentacles. You have the Sun card, which is the happiest card in the deck. The Four of Wands, which is just, it's success. And then the Two of Cups, which is absolute love here. So this is a gorgeous freaking reading for you. And then you are, you know, you're putting, so this is coming in the next couple weeks. You know, there's love, there's illumination. It's something that you're just willing to put your work into and allow it to grow. So there is that Sun in the background, but I get that sense of independence, of focusing on what it is that you're focusing on first. And the Sun is just there as just kind of part of it. Like it just rises in the east and sets in the west. So, and then in the wobbly position, we have the Seven of Swords, which is a sense of crisis and strife. So, so for me, that's part of this pocket of protection. That's something that is here for you to talk about. And then we had the Ace of Wands also come out in reverse. So this is really interesting because you've got all this beautiful energy around you. And this Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning, and the Seven of Swords, which in reverse is strife, and upright is crisis, is an influencing energy here that's well, I would say that maybe why there's an indecision, because dejection, almost like I'm getting a sense of rejection there. And whatever perhaps that rejection or that dejection or that resistance of a passionate, inspirational new beginning was, perhaps created crisis or strife, which put that Ten of Wands into indecision and kept it and put it into the reverse position. Because what was the other card that came out in reverse? Was it your card or was it the previous? Oh, right. And I forgot you had the Six of Swords, which is leaving old situations, right? So this is this crusty old broken down city. You can see things are falling apart. It's not working well, whatever it is. You became an Amazonian walking tree, and now you're ascending out of that. You're in this bubble, and you have the Six of Swords here. You are protected, as we know, right? So you're the yarrow here in this bubble, protected as you ascend out of the broken down city into the higher levels of your own consciousness that bring you this faith and this beauty with this Star card. The Star is the hope. Well, it's not, well, it is in most decks, but in this deck, it's the absolute utter faith is what it is. And faith is a frequency above hope. Hope is when it's still kind of outside of you, like, oh, I really hope this is going to happen. Faith is when you know, like you know, like you know, that it's part of who you are, that it is yours for the taking or for the having. And this faith energy or this Star energy is here for that. And it's creating that flow of abundance from root to crown. And that's flipping gorgeous. Wow. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Light, which is a revealing. So if you look in terms of, so can you see here you have Patch ascending above the city, but do you remember when we were talking earlier about that higher level of consciousness? And oh man, that shadow, can we make this work? And do you see Patch there? He went from bubble, oh come on baby. The art is what tells the story, my friends. And then he goes into his Merkaba. And then do you remember how with the magnifying glass, it was examining those chickweed flowers, and then you move out and you move out and you move out and you move out, and you see the fullness, the light of who you are. Down here is where the earth is. This is a higher state of consciousness for you, Capricorn. This is the revealing that is unfolding for you, is you are shifting into higher dimensional levels in your own consciousness. And, you know, whatever that is, it could be family, it could be love, it could be work. It does seem to indicate to me strongly that this is a higher level of consciousness around something to do with love and perhaps deeper levels of commitment or just deeper feelings in general. And that you're just learning how to flow with that. But I just, you know, before we wrap this up, let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, the Wheel of Flow, Fortune. This also came out for Pisces. So you might be dealing with Pisces or potentially another water sign. You may be worth it for you to check out the Pisces reading. But I do want to, where are the Power of Surrender? Oh, they're right here in front of me. I do want to check out the Power of Surrender cards, but I wanted to remind you just how beautiful this reading is. You've got the Four of Wands, which is success. You have the Way, which is praying and trusting. You have the absolute utter faith of the Star card. You have the Whooper Swan, which is loving fiercely, the illumination and the total happiness of the Sun card. You have the Ten of Pentacles, which did come out with a wobble. It came out sideways. But, you know, by knowing that there's an energy of desolation or perhaps loneliness or feeling a little bit lost, that you always have the option to be able to flip your cards upright, right? It's by being in the consciousness that you know that your energy is dense and that it needs to be lightened, that you can go forward and do that. And then you have the diligence of the Eight of Pentacles. You're ascending with the Six of Swords. You've got a brand new fresh start here. And I think this fresh start is with yourself, Capricorn. I really get a sense that this is a self-focused energy, and that loving fiercely, that whoever, if this is another person, that first and foremost, loving yourself fiercely in that way is what allows you to love somebody else just as fiercely and in a really healthy, positive way. So I just really want to know quickly, surrender to joy. I was asking what Capricorn will benefit from surrendering in the next 2 weeks. So surrendering to joy, a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. So Capricorn, wherever this love is, if this love is with, you know, your best friend, if it's with having breakfast with your child, if it is, you know, kissing your partner, whatever that is, you know, seek out the energy of joy, because it seems like it's your prescription in the next couple of weeks. You do have that Seven of Swords, that crisis and strife energy with dejection. And so, you know, ideally you'll have the inspiration versus the dejection of the Ace of Wands. So be mindful of that, because surrendering to joy is what's going to help to neutralize the Seven of Swords and this Ace of Wands reversed energy, okay? So surrender to joy there, my beautiful Capricorns. Oh, and then I'm not even asking right now, and they're just throwing them out at me. I love it. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. So getting back to nature, maybe that's just going for a walk in a park. Maybe if you are in a building and there's an atrium or someplace that's outdoorsy, right? Something that gives you a sense. For some reason, I'm seeing like the gardens at the Bellagio. I want to say that there's like flowers or something there. Or maybe it's the Wynn Hotel. I don't know. But, you know, there are places indoors where there's natural beauty. So if you happen to live in a big city where it's not as easy to get to those natural wonders, so to speak, that is also a prescription for you. That is going to bring you joy to be able to get back to nature. And then, bottom of the deck, surrender frustration. So my beautiful Capricorns, remember we had that dejection, that Ace of Wands energy, and that crisis and strife energy. By surrendering frustration, it says frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. So I feel like that kind of ties a little bit back into this love fiercely and looking past each other, and that block in the throat chakra and the neck here. You can see she's holding her neck here. So whatever the frustration is, if it needs to be spoken about, speak about it. If it doesn't, then you're going to be invited to find a way to alchemize that energy out of your system so that it's not blocking you, because you've got beautiful, beautiful energy here in the next couple of weeks, Capricorn. You've got love, you've got legacy, you have got ascension, you have got the sun, the stars, you've got fresh starts here. You are flowing with the way of water. So go do that thing you do, my beautiful Capricorns, and make it yours and surrender to joy in the next couple of weeks, because it's there to take you to the next level. Thanks for being here, and bye for now.